It's true that most men lose strength in their 30s, and here's how you're going to avoid it. I'm going to make sure that if you're in your 30s, that you are not losing strength, that you're actually able to gain strength, gain fitness, gain aerobic capacity, because we don't want to just get in our 30s and think, oh, well, now we are on the decline, right? There's so many things that you can do that you can get it right. I thought that I was losing strength because things that I used to do started to seem harder, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, these things seem so easier. The lifts, the runs, those things seem so much easier. But what I realized was it's my responsibility to continue to increase over time. I look back at my life 10 years ago and I was like, I had some accountability. There were some sports teams that I was on. I was doing things differently. My life was a little bit different, but now I've become a little bit lax in some things, and I really had to change things up in the last 12 to 24 months that have helped me become my fittest that I've ever become and the strongest that I've ever been, right? So I'm going to get into a few things that have helped me, that are actively helping me. I believe like 6 things that will help you get to the strongest, fittest that you've ever been in your 30s. These are tangible things. I promise you, if you do them, they will work. Okay, number 1, stop coasting. This is very easy. It's so easy for us to just get in a routine and coast. We see how much we kind of coast through the day, and then we apply that to fitness. And that's something that you can't do. When you go into the gym, or when you're running, or when you're doing your aerobic fitness, you can't just coast doing the same reps, same tempo, same time over and over. It's not going to get you the strength that you want. It's not going to get your muscles to grow. It's not going to do anything but just end up over time. I won't say atrophying because you'll be maintaining, but you're not going to get any sort of growth or any sort of increase, right? So what you want to do is you want to stop coasting. Now, I'll get into this a little bit later about, accountability, but the first thing is, if you're doing the same thing and you have been doing the same routine for years and years and years, and you're frustrated with it, now is the time where you stop coasting. Number 2, lack of sleep. Now, this is something, when we look at our 30s, we look at the increased responsibilities that we have. Some of us have kids, some of us are married, some of us have, demanding jobs, and we're looking at the times where we're not really sleeping in, we're going to bed late, we might be working late. There's some things that we're doing where it's just causing us to not get a ton of sleep because we have other responsibilities. But if you're lacking sleep, you're lacking the recovery, you're going to lack the energy that you need to actually get up and go work hard and go do something physically strenuous. Because what happens is, I think that we have a certain amount of capacity in the day, a certain amount of effort and output that we can do. And so sometimes it's just mental output, sometimes spiritual, sometimes physical, but all these things kind of make up a pie. And so if you are putting so much effort into your job and other things emotionally, spiritually, relationally, whatever, that's taking energy away. But if you're not recharging from a sleep perspective, something is going to suffer. The physicality, the fitness is going to suffer. The relationship is going to suffer. The emotional well-being, the spiritual well-being, those things are going to suffer because you haven't taken enough time to actually sleep and recharge and recover. It's so easy to find so many workout program or YouTube channels and everything that talk about, here's what you need to do to be healthy, to build fitness and everything. But a lot of what's missed is the recovery aspect, the lack of sleep, the mobility, those things. So make sure that you are getting enough sleep at night so you are not just, up and feeling groggy and not able to exert any sort of force when you're in the gym or when you're doing your aerobic fitness. Number 3, you're not eating for strength and muscle. Look, protein is one of those things where I find it's the hardest thing to get in. Carbs are super easy. You want breads, you want pastas, you want all of that stuff, you want oats, whatever it is. Carbs and fats, they're so easy, they're readily available. But when you want to make, what you really need, especially to build a lot of muscle, is protein, right? And sometimes that's a tough thing because you're oh, well, I can just have one chicken breast, and it's got a decent amount of protein. But where you're trying to get to, I'm 195 pounds. So daily, I'm trying to get to 195 grams of protein. And that can be tough, right? Even if I have 2 protein shakes and double scoop the protein shakes, I'm at 100 grams of protein. And so it's I have to supplement that with chicken, steak, fish, whatever it is. But the fact of the matter is, those are things that I have to do. So if you make that a priority and you make that a non-negotiable, you are going to get so much better, because protein breaks down. I am not a nutrition expert, and back in the day I studied this, but protein breaks down into amino acids, and once those break down, those go into your muscles, you're able to repair, you're able to grow bigger muscles and just be stronger, better overall. So make sure that you are eating for muscle, eating for strength, eating for aerobic fitness. That typically ties back to protein. Of course you need your carbs, of course you need your fats, but proteins we are typically deficient in. Number 3, you're not doing any more progressive overload. You're not having a plan that is a progression of a plan. It's like going into a career, and then in your career, them saying, well, where you're at now is where you're going to be in 10 years, because you're going to keep doing the same thing. You're going to be around the same people. You're not going to progress at all, but you're going to get a little bit older. That's not going to make sense. But when you look at your plan, you look at your fitness program, you're why am I not gaining strength? Why am I not gaining muscle? Why am I not losing weight? Why am I not getting aerobic fitness? Is because week 1 looks like week 10, looks like year 1, looks like year 10, right? So have a level of progressive overload where week by week or month by month, you are increasing, you are progressing. And so that is going to show that you're getting better. I'm someone who I like to write my numbers down. I like to write the weights, the times, the whatever down, and I like to make sure that I'm progressing week by week, month by month. If you can have a level of progressive overload, it's going to prime your mental to just getting better every time you step in the gym or go out on a run or on a cycle or whatever you like to do from a fitness standpoint. Number 3, you're not managing your stress, and it's like wrecking your testosterone. I've talked about this so much. Stress is a killer. I ended up in the ER because ER overnight because I took a little bit too much caffeine. I was working out extremely hard. And so I had crazy heart palpitations. They ran tests. They said I had an irregular heartbeat, so on and so forth. The good thing was they found out that, oh, it's irregular because I'm actually kind of building an endurance heart, which is great. It's functioning so much more efficiently, but it was sparked by some of these palpitations and everything. And part of the reason why that was happening was because I was under a lot of stress. And that's not just fitness stress, that is stress from everything else that's going on in life. And stress doesn't have to be bad stress. Just had a baby, job's going well, job's busy, fitness is going well, fitness is busy, a lot of things are going on. But if I'm under so much stress, I'm not going to be able to improve. So I need to take a step back, make sure that I'm de-stressing so that I can get better. You need to do it as well. And last but not least, the most important thing is you have no accountability. It was easy when we were in high school because if we were on teams, because we had accountability, we had a coach. I had to hire a running and cycling coach. My buddy Bubba, who is an Ironman, he's phenomenal at what he does. I love him dearly. And he is great because he pushes me so hard and he helps me get better. And there's accountability. The progressive overload, I don't have to worry about it, right? The sleep, all of these things, I don't have to worry about it because they're programmed in with my plan. And so when you have accountability, when you have somebody that's helping you, you're able to improve, and all you have to do is just show up. So those 6 things are going to help you get better, help you get stronger, help you maintain, and not just maintain, build muscle, get leaner, do whatever you want to do from a fitness standpoint. It's going to help you get better. So again, number 1, just stop coasting. Number 2, get some sleep. Number 3, eat for muscle. Make sure that you're getting the right amount of protein in. Number 4, have some progressive overload, increase over time. Now, number 5, make sure that you're managing your stress so you don't wreck your testosterone. And number 6, make sure that you are getting somebody to hold you accountable, to help you out. That is going to be such an important thing. So I hope that this video helped you out. If you did, like, comment, share, subscribe, send it to somebody who needs to see this. And yeah, that's it for the video. Peace.